we thought this week we would check in with our neighbors. We did survive the winter here on the West Coast.
The wet coast. But it sure beats 30 below and 2 feet of snow from most of the rest of Canada.
Just checking my notes. I wrote something down. We survived it, and a lot of people who normally would go south came here and hung out with us in South Surrey at the Peace Arch RV Park. They normally would go to the US and go to warmer climates, but
Well, we thought we'd talk to a few of them and see what their thoughts were on why they came here, this specific park, where they normally go, and if they'll be back.
they got stuck here because of COVID. As all Canadians know, we are stuck in Canada, and the Vancouver area, Vancouver Island, is the warmest
It's pretty much the warmest climate in
place
Canada.
to be. We're gonna check in with some of our neighbors. One guy I wanted to check in with and have a conversation with him was he left already. So
He was from Ontario, just up in northern Ontario from Timmins. I'm familiar with the area because my aunt is from there. And he had a really nice Delano C-Class, beautiful matching trailer, and a Spider trike that he hauled in the trailer. So he was having a good time.
yeah, no, he was great. And every sunny day he would head out and on his trike, and he was super friendly. Whenever he saw us when he was outside, he would say hey or hi. Yeah, he didn't mind the rain at all. He figured it was way better than where he's from.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
that was pretty awesome. Unfortunately, we didn't get to chat with him. So we chatted with another one of our neighbors who happens to be from Calgary, Alberta. And they are here in this rig, which they have an A-Class. It's quite large. Doesn't have any slides though, I noticed.
That's a nice looking unit though.
Yeah. Wrigley, where are you going? Wrigley's not cooperating. We are going to interview a few of the other people who are in our neighborhood.
We like to talk with a couple of people from Ontario, a couple from Quebec, maybe a couple from Calgary or Alberta in general.
Yeah.
I think there was a few from Manitoba. I haven't seen anyone from Saskatchewan.
No. But we just asked him a few questions. So
He normally spends his winters in Nevada,
yeah.
and he said he'll probably be back.
Yeah. And the other question we asked him, just a minute, check the notes. Oh, and he was here, of course, because he couldn't get
Couldn't get across the line due to COVID.
Yeah. And again, it's better here than in Calgary.
Yeah. And he's actually heading back to Calgary in about 2 weeks, into April.
Yeah. So, and he came to this particular park because there was availability here. So there you go. And we'll carry on. We'll find somebody else to chat with, and hopefully they'll like to chat with us. And we'll see where they're from and
Their
why they're
views
here.
of our area and where they normally head.
Yep. So we just went over and chatted with some people who used to be our neighbors.
Yeah, they were our neighbor for a month just after they got here, and they didn't like the big trees. They liked more sunshine. So they asked for a transfer. Sorry about that.
So they moved over to another section of the park where it's a little bit more open, and they don't have these great big trees blocking the sunlight. We asked them a couple questions, and we asked them if they wanted to be on camera, and they declined, so that's fine, and they had no problem having a conversation with us, and we're just going to chat about that right now. Where do they usually spend winters? Well, they've been doing full-time RVing for 9 years.
Yeah, this is their 10th year.
So they had spent 2 years in the USA, going back and forth, East Coast, West Coast.
Actually, I think he said they spent 2 years on the East Coast, then 2 years on the West Coast, then 2 years on the East Coast.
Right.
At 6 months at a time, of course. And then they did, after
4
that,
years.
They did 4 years in Mexico. First year they caravanned, and then the next 3 years, they're from Quebec, so they speak French, and they picked up Spanish fairly easily, I do believe. So they're from Saguenay, Quebec. Their names are Georges et France, and George and France. If just saying it correctly.
Our Canadian is showing.
Anyways, they're just a lovely couple, and
Yeah, so the next
very forthcoming.
The next question that I asked them was, why Vancouver? And it actually was part of their plan of when they're doing their travels. And like we said, they are full-time RVers. They have a nice A-class.
They've got an A-class, and they tow a Jeep with it.
Next question is like, why this park? They originally, when they came to the Vancouver area, had chosen a park in Tsawwassen, just to the west of us.
That was because of availability. They had to book something to get out here. And once they were here, they were touring around with their Jeep, and they found Peace Arch RV Park.
So they kind of came in and found out that they could stay here, so they came here. They got here November 1st.
Yep.
They are leaving here April 1st, but they're not going back to Quebec yet. They are going to Vancouver Island to check out what's going on there.
They're going to spend a month on Vancouver Island.
Yeah, so they're going to hang out. They think they have something booked around, what'd they say?
And they're going to Qualicum Beach, and then they're going to check out a few other places. We gave them a few more ideas as well.
Yeah, got to check out Victoria. If you go to the island, you got to go down.
And Tofino and Cathedral Grove near Port Alberni.
Is your arm getting tired, Brent?
Yeah, my shoulder's popping a little bit.
The reason they chose this park is because it was very nice.
And?
And there was availability.
It was because it was sunny.
Yeah. Very sunny South Surrey. Where they are from
Saguenay,
Quebec.
which is 240 kilometers north of Quebec City.
Would they come back? They are undecided. It depends if they can go south again.
I asked George if he just goes where the wind blows him, and he says, well, as long as it's sunny.
Yeah.
So they're chasing the sun.
We
That's
mostly
good.
spoke with George because France, she was born and raised in Quebec, and so her English is not so great. She prefers not to speak English if she doesn't have to, I don't think.
Yeah, and George speaks English very well. So.
Yeah. So that was George and France, and so we're gonna see if we can hook up with one of our other neighbors just down the way here and see if they're willing to answer a few of our questions too. All Canadian snowbird story is pretty much the same. All the ones that came here to BC in the Vancouver area and happened to land in this park came here because it's warmer than where they came from.
And most of that was either Alberta, Manitoba, or Quebec. And Ontario as well, of course.
Proving that the West Coast is the best place on earth.
I think so. Well, we've got the let's say the best winters.
Yes, we do.
Don't have to shovel the rain. Sure, it's gray and gloomy a lot, but it's not 20 or 30 or 40 below.
And you can go outside, you might get a little wet, but there's a raincoat and umbrellas.
Yes.
That's all we wanted to talk about for this week.
Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Ring that bell for notifications. Bye
Bye
for
for
now.
now.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
We're testing out our new toy again today.
There we go.
Okay. Testing out the new GoPro a little bit, and we're seeing how the speaker is compared to the Canon. So we're doing double duty recording right now.
There we go.
Okay. Testing out the new GoPro a little bit, and we're seeing how the speaker is compared to the Canon, so we're doing double duty recording right now. Love it. Pretty much all Canadians, hang on, try that again.